See, till now we were discussing regarding the tags used in HTML. So today will be, and in the last class I discussed about different kinds of tags called your HR tag, and your other tags were there, your base font tag, your font tag. So all those differences also I was discussing. So today today we will be discussing your special characters in HTML. Special characters in HTML. Now in these special characters, so what we were means why the use of special characters in HTML is there, because there are certain symbols. There are certain symbols which are used already or which are a part of some predefined tags only. Okay, like if you want to represent certain text like a greater than b, but or a greater than small b if we write it, okay, like a greater this is a less than b, a greater than b, then a and b. Now these are certain because this less than sign and greater than sign, so they are already a part of the tags only, because whenever a tag is represented, so the tags, so they require this less than sign and a greater than sign and whatever tag name is there, and that needs to be enclosed within this set of angular brackets. So that now that's why whenever you want to represent this less than sign, which otherwise should not be interpreted as your, that means as a part of some tag, okay, that should be accepted as a normal text only. So in order to do that, so what do we do is, in HTML what is the solution for representing such kind of characters? So what we do is, we write something like this: a and then ampersand sign and then L and then T, and then put a semicolon, and then we use a B sign. So what does ampersand L and T mean to you? Ampersand L and T means it is less than. This represents less and this represents than. So whenever a symbol is to be represented, or whenever any kind of comparison operator is to be represented using your HTML tags, so you need to write it like this way. And in case of a greater than b, so then what it should be done? So for a greater than b, there's another set of special character which is called your a and then ampersand gt. So gt is the similar option just like your ampersand L and T, and in fact we'll be putting here b. So what symbol will be coming right now in place of, because these are the special these are also called your escape sequences. Okay, so this will be represented as greater than, G stands for greater than and T stands for than. So this will be represented something like this. Then we'll be going to this a ampersand b. So what does a ampersand b? So how will you represent it? Because there's already a predefined character when we want to create a horizontal space between two words, so or between any kind of things, then what do we do is just like a ampersand nbsp. So and then we use it this a ampersand nbsp and then b, and then what will be done? So then this particular keyword, okay, this is an alternative to tag only. Now what this will be doing is, this will be creating some amount of a uniform amount of space between a and b. So it creates a horizontal space. So this was for creating a horizontal space. But what if I just want to represent that a and b, when I just write it in my copy, so this means that a and b, combination of a and b, okay, together. So in this case what you need to do is, for representing this particular symbol, or if you want your web page, okay, if you want your web page to be, that means displaying this particular symbol, so what we need to do is a ampersand mp and then b. So what are these things called? Your escape characters. or escape sequence you can call it. So first is ampersand L T, then your ampersand GT, then your ampersand AMP. So this will be all collectively a part of your escape sequence. Okay, so now we come to a new topic which is called your lists in okay, now we are on to a new topic which is called your combining multiple HTML tags. Combining tags in HTML. So this will be our new topic. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Okay. So what we need to do right now is, now you must have seen that whenever we are writing an HTML tag, okay, then we write here the head tag, then within head tag you write the title tag, and whatever title you want to give, you can give it. Now this title tag will be a paired tag, so that's why it's put within this angular or forward slashes being just put. Then we just close this head tag, then we start the body tag. Then when the body tag is being used, so what do we do is, so means then whatever the document of the web page or wherever the contents in a web page, they are mostly to be represented, so we are just putting them inside that body tag. Okay, so when we are introducing this body tag, now suppose you want to give a heading, okay, h1. Okay, now if you want to apply some kind of color to a heading using font face, so is it that means is it font color or something like that? So can you do it in a single line? You can do it in a, that means normally we have used the font tag for the contents inside the heading or which are coming under the heading only. Okay, like if certain text is there, so then you suddenly introduce what? Your font tag, and then you introduce your color. Okay, so we are not so sure whether this particular heading tag which is starting with your h1, so this can be also having the color or not. This can be having definitely some color, but we need to apply the font tag inside the heading tag. Okay, so if you want the heading should be coming in some blue color or some red color, so then what you can do is we can use multiple tags together also. And in fact, as I told you that that you need separate, just like I introduced your bold, italics, underline. So I just told you specifically like this way, that if some text is to be represented in bold as well as italics and as well as underlined also, so then you need to be sure that where all these tags should be closed. Okay, some text is there, then I told you in my previous class only that you need to close this particular tag first, because this is the innermost tag. Okay, like you, and then your italics tag should be closed, and at the last the bold tag should be closed. But we have definitely got a new option in the new version of HTML which allows you to combine tags in HTML without mentioning each and every separate closure for each of the opening tags. Okay, so how can we do it? Like you'll have to give it a try in your that means if I am using, and if I want my font, that means is to be coming in something red, so I will be using in font color red. So then do I need to close this font tag right now? Okay, you need not close it. What you can do is you can directly close this, okay, by putting like this way. So this is another way of combining tags. Okay, good evening. So this is what means, earlier I told you that you need to specifically, that means close each of the existing tags. Okay, yes. See, right now is it coming? Right now is it coming? See, what I'm talking about is earlier in my class, so I told you regarding that each of the tags specifically needs to be closed, but there are certain situations in which the HTML has allowed us, or HTML, that means it has got the, yes, now we get the facility that you can combine tags. See, I started off with the heading tag, and then I introduced your font color tag, and then I didn't close the font. Okay, I did not put even this. I did not put a greater than sign over here for closing this, and then sometimes what happened, and then I did not separately close this font tag as well by putting a forward slash also. But what I did right now was I simply closed that h1 tag instead of closing. So this will also work in that means it depends on the browser also accepting or not, but in the new version of HTML allowed. The bold, italics, underline you have just started off, so whether closing only bold tag will only do the purpose or not. Suppose if I do it something like this, so will it solve the purpose? So you'll have to check it, that means practically whether this works or not. Okay, so now we come to, that means a new topic in HTML, which is called your lists in HTML. Lists in HTML. Okay, so now what does lists mean to you? List means, what does list mean to you? A sequence of items. Okay, list means a collection of items also call it. Sequence means it should be in a proper sequence, but what I am right now, it should be a collection. Okay, collection of things. Okay, and this collection can be either in a sequenced manner or it can be a non-sequenced manner also. Sequenced and non-sequenced. So what does sequenced mean to you? Sequence means in some specific order. In some specific order. And non-sequenced means random order. That is random order. Okay. Now what if I want to represent in your MS Word also, you might have seen, okay, in your MS Word also you might have seen that there's an option called bulleted and numbered lists. Okay, so bulleted list means the symbols, or they are the list, or the list the things which are in the list. Okay, so they are being preceded with some kind of symbols, and the things which we need to represent, okay, yes, unspecified order, yes, okay, so that will be correct only. Okay, unspecified order. So what facilities or what are the things that we get? What are what kind of lists in HTML we are being? There are three kinds of lists, representation of the lists in HTML. Okay, now what does the three kinds of representation are? The first is, we call it unordered lists. Unordered lists. Then we come across ordered lists. Then there's something called a mixture of your unordered and ordered lists. It can be called your nested list. And there's one more, that is called your definition lists. Okay. Now what is the difference between each of these lists? So now we are going to see what are the difference. Okay. Now how do we represent a list? Suppose I am having 3 to 4, that means 3 to 4 fruits. So if I just want to represent, suppose if I want to represent this, these are the apple, mango and guava. Okay, so these three I need to represent in HTML using each of the following. Okay, definition list we need not right now. I'll be taking it up later on, but right now let's focus on unordered and ordered lists. Okay, so how do we start it? So we start with the HTML tag. Then we start, your head tag is optional, as I already said to you. Okay, but if you want to represent your title, so then head tag is compulsory. So then I just write the title, and then list if I write, and then just I close this title tag. Okay, then I close this head tag, then I start the body tag. Then suppose I put a heading h1 align equal to center, and if I want to represent certain things out here, like example of lists, then I close this heading tag. Then what do I need to do? So then I need to use one more tag, okay, which is an example of a tag, and that will be called your, for suppose if I want to represent this this particular list of things, this should be in any order. I don't want to fix any particular numbering to this. So which particular thing I should be using it? So for unordering list, I got a UL. So UL stands for your unordered list. So this stands for unordered lists. Okay. Then what do I need to do is then inside this one more tag I need to use. Okay, that is called your LI. Now what does LI stand for? LI stands for list item. Okay, so this stands for list item. So that means the contents of the list, so that will be a part of LI only. So what do I do is Apple, then you need not close this because this is a empty tag only. Okay, then I write mango, then I write here guava, then I just close this UL tag. Okay, and UL tag, it stands for unordered list, and it's a pair tag. It always comes in pairs. That means the opening tag is also there, closing tag is also there. Then you can just close that body tag, and followed by an HTML tag, you can close it. Okay, so now what will be the output of this? So when you save this file with .html extension, so on your desktop, so you'll be finding that the icon of the page has turned into something like web page. Okay, because the browser icon will be there. So when you are just viewing this particular page, so you'll be finding that the output is coming something like this: apple, and then this mango, and then this here guava. So this kind of symbols will be preceded in front of that your list items. Okay, so any doubt regarding this? Any kind of doubt? See, all of you, so now what are these particular symbols called? These symbols are called your disk, DISC. DISC disk stands for, that means disk, it represents such kind of circles which are, that means filled circles. Okay, solid circles we can call it, the representation is solid circle. Now can there be any other symbol? Because when you are seeing all these things in your MS Word, so you get lot many symbols out there, like this symbol is also there, then this symbol is also there. Okay, different kinds of symbols are there in MS Word, but in HTML you get a restricted number of, or restricted type of symbols which can be used. Now what if I want to represent suppose with another kind of symbol? So what do I need to do is, now UL has got only one attribute, UL tag has got one attribute, so this particular attribute is called the type. So this will be changing the type of, or the kind of symbol which you require before any particular kind of that means things which you want to be representing. So type equal to circle. If you write here, if you just mention it like this way, type equal to circle. So what output you will be getting, you will be still finding the circles, but that circles will be, or those set of circles will be your hollow circle. It will be something like this. So when you are using type equal to circle, so circle will be your type equal to circle. So this will be your hollow circle. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Any doubt? One more symbol you can use it. So if you want to represent your list, okay, in this format, like I want to represent using this square boxes, and that too. So apple, mango, and the things it does, you will type equal to square. Okay, so only these three symbols it can be, that means preceded, or it can be just inputted before of list. These three types of things, or your circle can be there, or your disk can be there. Now if you don't mention anything, if you don't mention type, and if you just close it, so then which particular symbol will be attached automatically? So this is the default. This is the default symbol which gets attached. Okay, so I hope this particular thing is clear to you. Any doubt? Any doubt regarding this, so that I can move to the numbered list? Okay, this is called your unordered list, or unnumbered list also we can call it. So now when we move into the ordered list, so what do I do is, okay, moving to this, I'll not HTML thing because it covers up most of the things. So I'll write only that body part, okay? Or if I can write this HTML and then straight away body and then h1 align equal to center, and then if I write here ordered lists, and then I close this h1 tag, and then what do I need to do is I'll be introducing OL tag. So OL stands for your ordered list. If you are just closing it like this way, okay, and then you can write here everything is same, apple, then your li mango, then your third guava, okay, and here you simply close it. Here you simply close the body, and then here you close it with your HTML tag only. Now what will be the output when you just run this particular page? So you'll be finding that automatically 1 apple, 2 numbered list. But you might be now you might be guessing, or now you might be thinking that whether the symbols which are over here, this can be changed to A, B or C or not. Yes, so that can be changed. Now there are two attributes, okay, there are two attributes or two additional things which you can use it with your OL tag. Now first is your type, first is your type, and the second will be your start. Generally we are not using the start, but I'll just explain to you what does start mean to you. Okay, so when we use that type one, so what will happen? If I write here OL type equal to capital A. So what it will do, it will start the listing of the items with alphabets only. Like this will be A, this will be B, and this will be C. Okay, so only by putting or only by attaching this particular attribute and along with it the desired alphabet with which you want to start. So this will be starting. Now if you are just representing here small a, so then what will happen is here will be A, it will be B, and this will be C. So now this will be done. Now if you want to represent this in a Roman, that means in a capital Roman one, so then what will happen is you write here 1 or capital I, you write here capital I. So then your representation will be including your this thing 2 and this thing will be your 3. Now if you want to represent it in a, that means lowercase or this smaller Roman, then you small I you put, then you will be finding that this particular has changed 2 and then this will be becoming 3. So these are the things which you can put with the OL type. Now when I am discussing regarding that, one more attribute is there which is your start. Okay, so what does start mean to you? Now see, now both will be using it. Now suppose under the body tag I am just writing here your OL type equal to, suppose, small a, and start equal to 5, and if I just represent apple, li, mango and guava, and just I close this. So what do you think my start will be doing it? Start equal to 5 I have written. Okay, what does start, or if I write here start equal to 2, this is not a compulsory one, this is not a mandatory one. Okay, you can use it or you can omit it. But what if it's used like this way? So what will be the output? See, start equal to 2 means the listing, the output will be something like this: B apple, C mango, and D will be your guava. Why it happened like this way? Why did it happen like this way? Because I wanted that the listing, it should be starting or it should be taking this particular format only, that A, B, C, D, small a, small b, small c. But start equal to 2 means what? So instead of starting with directly A, it will be starting with the second one. Okay, that means it will be starting with B. So what if I just inputted here 5? So what it would have done? It would have done was start equal to 5, then it will have represented E, F and G. Okay, because it will use this particular alphabets only, but the numbering it will start according to the desired this particular digit. So whatever alphabets are coming up to this level, so then it will be putting like this way. So is there any doubt? Now suppose if this is something like this, so then what do you think the output will be? Type equal to I and start equal to 5. Type equal to I and then start equal to 5. So then it will be doing is, this will be 5 because small I will be making it in the Roman order of the lower ones. Okay, 5, 6 and this will be 7. Okay, so that thing you can do it. So this kind of mix and match can be done. So I hope this is clear to you. Any doubt regarding this? Now I just put your question. what is wrong now? Can you guess this? So can you guess this? So what could be the wrong in this one? So what could be the, that means error on this? What will be the error? What is wrong with the following code? Is there any doubt? That means this particular part is having error. So what error is it's having? The error is of the part that this particular one, it could be only having numerical values. Only numerical or numbered or numbers are allowed. Okay. So it should be having, if you want to start it with the fourth letter, so then the corrected code will be, something like this: OL type equal to your small a and start equal to your 4. So this should have been there. Start equal to 4 should have been there. Okay. So that's why it's being incorrect. Now one more thing is there. Now the previous things on which you studied. So what is the error? Okay. Find the errors. What could be the error out here in this sentence? Body background equal to red. Or if error is there, then what should be the corrected statement? So what do you think in this statement, if any error is there? If you want to have the background color of the web page so to be of red, so what code should I write? Yes, correct. That start will not be alphabet, that's correct. Okay. But right now in this code, body background equal to red. So what will be the error out here? What could be the error? What could be the possible error out here? That body background equal to red. See, background is used when a picture is to be set. Okay. So when a picture or image is to be set as the background. Okay. But when you want that color should be representing, so then at that point of time, so the corrected code will be your body BG color. Okay. BG color equal to red. So this should be the correct one. Okay. So this is the corrected code. I hope this is clear to you. So what is the difference when you want to represent at the background of the web page certain image should be coming. So and at that point of time you can use this, but you cannot use this. You'll have to mention some kind of, so instead of this, what do you need to use it? Some kind of image name like flower.jpg or something like that, it should be there. Or if you need that color one, so then you should be going for that BG color. Okay. Now one more error is there in the following sentence. Can you tell me the error? Like if I want to change that font, that means how the font should be looking like in a web page. So if I use this font and then if I use here type equal to Arial. So what should be the corrected one? So what can be the corrected code for this particular sentence in HTML? So if I just want to display the text in a web page in the form of Arial, so what should I write? Whether this is correct or this is error. If this is error, then what should be the correct one? See, whenever we want to write it, the corrected form, will be font face equal to Arial. Okay, so this thing you should be taking care. So we should be this particular attributes along with the font tag is to be used. I hope to you. Okay. Now getting back to the list only. So we'll be talking about the third form of list, which is called your nested list. Okay. So now if a list needs to be represented in a certain way, like if I just want to represent certain things like your suppose software. So this is the heading, they should be coming in somewhere in the middle. Okay. Can be having an underline also. Correct. Okay. So when we are talking about software, we want that certain such kind of things. Application. So then under this you will be finding that MS Office, accounting. Okay, then system is there. So under system I want this. Under system, if I want that operating system, OS, then your language translator, then under this, if I just want your compiler, and your interpreter, so such kind of list which requires a combination or which means displays a combination of different kinds of lists all together, so that will be called a nested list. Now how do we go about this creating a list, this kind of list? How do we create it? Okay, so you just make a body tag, though HTML tag is required, I am not putting it right now. Okay, so then what do I need to do is, you can put a heading tag h1 align equal to center, and then what you can do is here write software, and then here you can close this h1 tag, and then what you need to do is you need to introduce your OL tag first, because OL. Okay, then what you need to do is li, and then what you'll be doing is application. Now you need not close this li, so then under this what you'll be doing is UL tag. So under UL, this is the default one only, so you need not mention any kind of type, and under OL also you need not mention any kind of type. Reason being, default it displays these two only. I'll be writing MS Office, and then again li, I'll be writing here accounting. Okay, then I need not close. Yes, you can close it. Okay, you can close this UL tag. Then again you'll have to write this LI. Here you'll have to write system. Okay, then again you need to introduce this. Then you need to use this UL type equal to, since the symbol is different, so UL type equal to square. And then what you need to do is again, okay, square is there. Then you need to use here LI, use here OS, LI, and then language translator. Okay, and then what you need to do is, again you need to start off with this. You need to start off with your OL tag. Then you need to write here OL type equal to A. Then you need to write here LI. I suppose you are getting it. So then your LI, and then it will be compiler. Then LI, your interpreter. Then all those tags you need to close right now. Here you need to close this OL tag, then this UL tag. You need to close this, and then at the last one more OL tag should be closed. Okay, and at the last tag should be, suppose getting, okay, where a combination will be there. That means sometimes the inner list might be an unordered one or an ordered one, or sometimes the outer list it will be an ordered one or an unordered one with different kinds of symbols also. So that makes a list as, okay, your nested list. Now that means is there. Select the correct option. HTML or a markup language or D, both B and C. So what do you think is the correct one? So HTML is a programming language. My first option is whether HTML is a programming language or a web layout language. Third option is markup language, or the last option is both B and C. So what do you think will be the correct one? Any idea? So which particular language can be put, or which particular characteristics regarding HTML, it could be the correct one. HTML, my first option is programming language, or it's a web layout language. Third option is markup language, or D, both B and C. So what do you think the options will be a correct one? See, the C one will be the correct one only. Okay, but apart from C, we can also use this. This can also be the correct one, because web layout means there are certain tags which allow design. That means where okay, so those allow us to, that means here this option will be the correct one. Okay, I hope you are clear with this. Now My next question is, way of introducing comment in HTML. Now I discussed it, that means one or two classes back, that what will be the way of using the comment. Comment are those statements which the browser does not interpret. In fact, it only interprets those statements which are a part of tags only. My first option is B is there, C is there, then D is there, notate I have written, notate. So what do you think will be the correct option? So which particular option will be the correct one? Any idea? Any guesses? So which particular one will be the correct way of introducing a comment in HTML? So you knew that comment in HTML, this is the correct way. So how do you start it? You started something like this, and then whatever sentence you want to just represent, you write that sentence, and then at the last you just close it like this. Okay. So for today I'll be just stopping. So thank you for